and how everything centers around good governance. And without good governance, there will be unrest, there will be anxiety, there will be provocations. I'm going to push to you. Remember, we are going to look at the ideology between good governance and Biafra. Biafra ideology and good governance. The connection. Is there any connection? Is there any nexus? Is there any connecting point? Ideology is that which is rooted in you, which you so much believe in, and which you so much crave for. That is ideology. Good governance? Has it any? Because many people have said the Biafra is an ideology on its own. I think Wilisho Inca made that very statement when he said that you can't kill an ideology. It's just an ideology. It's just the belief of the people. Even if they don't achieve it, it's just an ideology. Even if they don't have it, it's an ideology. It's their belief. But we're asking this morning if there could be any connection between such ideology and possibly good governance. My name is Tony Lisambeki, and I have in the studio this morning Chinedu Peter Sozo. It's my pleasure to welcome you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We also have Ndebisi and Enugu. It's my pleasure to welcome you.
Tony, thank you.
I think it's a good one. We look at this topic and then possibly through the first shot as we actually reading from the statement predicted to Ohaneze that the issue of sit at home be actually tackled by the governors. If they cannot tackle that, they cannot vie for another election. But that's a different statement coming from their own part. But then we are talking about this ideology. Has it any connection or connectivity or correlation with good governance?
Yes, of course. We're going to expand it when we go in detail. To answer your question, there is huge connection. Talking about or reacting to the statement by Ohaneze and Divo, asking the government of the Southeast to look into the situation. They cannot do anything because they've lost the legitimacy, the confidence and trust of the people. So people are no longer following them. But if they had done the right thing, the needful, to be honest with you, the restiveness we are seeing in Igbo land today will not be there. You remember when we were shouting about ban on open grazing, working with other bodies like Alibo Development Foundation to mandate the state governments of the Southeast to ban open grazing and effect laws and some kind of enforcement to make sure that open grazing is banned. They were playing politics with it. The carnage continued, the killing continued in different places. I personally attended the one that happened at Uzo 1, which was the very first significant massive killing in our homeland here. I was there. Uguani was there. I saw him. But all he could do was to cry. You can imagine. The widows, the victims, and the families of those who were killed were crying. The governor joined and started crying. Is that what is expected of a leader? And at the end of the day, how many years ago you went there with me in BBC?
Yes, I did.
And it was about
4 years ago.
More than 4 years ago. At Uzo 1. And we started hammering on the need to ban open grazing. They refused. They blatantly refused every reasonable thought because they are looking towards Abuja or whatever case might be, whatever reason that prompted them to, not to ban that open grazing. What resulted? It gave rise to non-state actors coming in to fill the gap. That was how the issue of ESL started in the first place. They said they want to enforce ban on open grazing. You see, it is the lacuna, the leadership failure, the irresponsibility and irresponsiveness of those who are in authority in Igbo land. That is what gave rise to what we are seeing today in Igbo land. They should be held responsible. It is their irresponsibility that caused it. It is because of lack of good governance. So now that I've addressed the issue of Ohaneze Ndibo making statement
asking the state government. You are just trying to beat a dead horse. Since they are part of the problem, I don't think they have what it takes to solve the problem. Now, what will solve the problem is what we're going to discuss this morning. And that is why we chose this topic, the connection between Biafra ideology and good governance. And thank God that one of our anchors have just joined us to be part of the program. Buchi, I'm now the one to welcome you into the program.
Yes, I don't know about 9.1 FM. You get us, take it in the band, like a mono. I am a solo down to swine on a nanya, no gadema, I am a chinedo asozono. Na anelugu no kwa otuga ka ino de lo mana ya futu tata am na pata mi anelugu yes bye no odo mana na problem to me find okutata bu basatalo good governance I got sure Kibata Nefan I say no the connection between
Biafra
ideology and
good governance.
Fanabo. I got sure. O to go na kan de ba je ge ifa. Mana asina ekubeku ekubeku men ono. Mana men nti. Anti ga no na abrokwa no bora ka ukpu ata. If anyị na-ekwukwa ọnụ bụ ka ọ dịlebe anyị na mma maka na ọ nwere ife melụ mbọsị afọ m ife mee na vidio ọ dị ka ọ tele aka ife na-eme na Imo steeti ndị mmadụ na-agba ndị be anyị nọ n'Imo kịta ụfọdụ agwụgwọkwa refuji n'ala Igbo kwu I have lived more than 30 years in Igbo land and this is my first time of seeing it after 3 decades and witnessing such thing. It is a pity. Although some persons live 50 years after the war, no distress. When I say the connection between BVI ideology and Biafra ideology,
the good governance
ideology
and the Biafra
ideology, even Jikota Fanab, I want to talk in Yalanya, Mr. Anenugu Agama, talk connection, even Basatalo, to Biafra ideology today, then I get good governance. But kind of memo up at 11 a.m. every Monday. I can BVI Channel 1. Bundina sponsor this very program. And Chinedo Suzu Peters, but the publisher. And now, Emmanuel Millionaire. Yellow Duaka, get one yellow Balak, one yellow Duaka. Emana better Bunaro, Namakosi Aputa. First of all, I'm Kaija Chinedu Asuzike, Jan de BVI Channel 1 Ike. Ebobu na fan akwado mmemma. Ko wa didn't care man again to ma. Dino Haneze mama. The good governance, mama. How good governance be na power. All this discussion I know hukita. I ga say open what you get wa join or teraka. Open ga akpọ the number. Open what you get see we nya aka, ke nya aka. Ma ego ka eji anon yes. Yes. So, Mr. Anenugu Agama Choki, Ibunya Yuchi, Wasatalo. The connection, even Otuvana Busi Yim or Botuvasi DJ, Mobu Fendi Mariga, water, Basatology of Good Governance Ministry and the ideology of Biafra.
Yes, Buchi, my brother, thank you so much. Emana, somebody sometimes ago in Abuja said, we are all Biafrans. Wow. Who is he referring to? He is referring to the ordinary people, the masses. Both the bourgeois, the elites, and the ordinary people are the people he's referring to. We are all Biafrans. Who are the people he's referring to as we? Those who believe in equity, fairness, justice, and freedom. And when you talk of freedom, you are talking of people who have not by imposition, by their own volition, just decide to do, I want to come to this place. Nobody is stopping me from coming because it's my fundamental human right to move around. So whoever that believes that human being as a person is he has fundamental human right to express himself, to move around, have free to justice. That is what Biafra represents. Biafra represents equity, fairness, justice, and freedom. Then talking about it, on that connection, he is saying that every human being who desires this is a Biafran. Now we are talking of good governance here. Good governance is all about providing of those basic things, those basic things that we need as human beings. Downloading it down here to Anambra State. Emana ihe nwa ana afukita na emenu. Like Anna say, people sit at home. It's not because of good governance that people sit at home. But also because of people ideology, people believe in something. What is that thing they believe? They believe in Biafra. And what does Biafra represent? Biafra represents justice, equity, fairness. The question is, that equity, justice, or is this accessible to people within this environment? No. Even when phone, people are gonna from different places. Ndị Okada, ndị keke. So people are now complaining ihe ndị taus agboro na-eme. Some people are landlord kọ ọkụ, another enwe ọkụ, call fuel, even fuel. Kwesị ka a na-elie 30 naira na Nigeria. 30 naira. This is natural resources. Crude oil anyị na-egwupụta na we expose it to international market, import it back. Somebody announced na put subsidy there, and then I remove subsidy. So injustice due everywhere. This onyawapata reason why equal Biafra, oduko Biafra is training in weather, and we have na Biafra, and age we no see ogo people bully on them on that. But he had name. So the connection between the Biafran ideology and good governance, because good governance is just provision of those basic things, amenities, and agitators or people who are saying we want freedom are demanding for. But however, a million in good governance, if better on a child, paint you also need a gold, 24 hours. That we do not have a right to say that we want to have our own country. Scotland has good governance. They have everything that they need as human beings. They have it, but they still want their identity. They still want to be called a country of their own, Scotland. The same thing as Catalonia. Catalonians inside Spain, they have their autonomy, they have their economy, they have their security under their cover, but they still have their country. So I want people to know that good governance will not stop people from asking to have a country of their own.
Okay.
Because it's their fundamental human right.
Human rights. Now, Mr. Chinedu Asuzu, this issue of Biafra or the ideology of Biafra could be versatile and so vast, depending on whose perspective, that you don't even know which one is the real ideology. Okay. Now, let me say, maybe before the Biafran Nigerian war, the idea or the ideology of Biafra may have been understood very well by Southeasterners, people living in eastern part of Nigeria, then both South and Southeast now. But now, government functionaries, the presidency, the way they perceive Biafra ideology or Biafra movement is quite different from then. How can Biafrans or people who believe in Biafra turn this very misperception?
Okay, thank you very much, and I'm going to do that very quickly in continuation with what the VC have just said. When we talk about Biafra, it has three major concepts, fundamental concepts. Biafra as a territory. That's one. We are going to bring out time to discuss each and every one of them. Biafra as a territory. Biafra as a people and Biafra as an ideology. We are starting with Biafra ideology today. Maybe sometime we're going to look into the other two, but to throw a little light on the other two, which will help you understand what we're talking about today.
Now, speaking about the misconception.
Exactly. Now, first, Biafra as a people, even before Nigeria was created, we were Biafrans. The historical facts are there. Even in the Nigerian history, when they celebrated centenary, they told you about the protectorate of Biafra, the protectorate of Benin. These are established territories and people before Nigeria. It's a historical fact. Now, when people today look at Biafra, a lot of people look at it as a country that would be on their own completely. That is one. Then another concept, again, is Biafra as a people. Biafra as a people, they are people living in this geographical description as of today in the contemporary Nigeria, the old eastern region. These are the people who we know from the historical perspective as well. We have Nigeria standing like a tripod. The eastern region, the western region, and the northern region. These three regions were the regions colonial activities fused together to create what you have today as Nigeria. Now, within this Nigeria, you have the Arewa people from the northern region. You have the Odua people, they call them Oduduwa people, from the western region. And the Biafran people from the eastern region. These are historical facts. We cannot shy away from our identity. And that is why, through the convention of the UN, the rights of indigenous people to self-determination, they have right to self-determination. Then we're going to describe some of those self-determination under the context of good governance and within the contemporary Nigeria today. So the Biafran people in Nigeria, it is not a crime for you to be identified as a Biafran.
But why the misconception?
The misconception is as a result of the aftermath of the war, the stigma attached to Biafra. It is calculated. It is calculated to make sure that whatever thing or trace about Biafra should be buried. Like I tell you, you have to understand that the world came together to make sure that the real soul of Biafra, which is the ideology of Biafra, will be killed. But unfortunately, we cannot kill an ideology. And what is that ideology? Which is why not just Nigerian government, but the rest of the world do not want this ideology to rise. You heard me say so many times on this platform that in Biafra, Africa died. And in Biafra, we believe that Africa will rise again. And it is embedded on the Biafran ideology, which is being carried by good governance ministry. The message. Now, the connection. The connection there is that the Biafran ideology is based on innovation, creativity, equity, justice, fairness. These are the concepts of Biafra. What gave rise to the declaration of Biafra? It is as a result of injustice, massive killing, subjugation, oppression, and they fought the battle for survival. It was not the Biafran people that declared war on Nigeria. They fought the war of survival to make sure that they are not extincted. This is the thing. Then within the short time Biafra existed as a country, even under war situation, they were able to refine their crude oil. They were able to create war machines by themselves. These are creativity, these are innovation that could take Africa to the next level, not just Nigeria.
But today in the contemporary Nigeria, common crude oil, isitemanu crude oil, bapata fuel, but rocket science for Nigeria. Rocket science, like he said. Nigeria today, with the amount of crude oil we will export, Nigeria petrol in Nigeria was able to do almost that. But can you see or California 40 naira? Why? Because you expose your natural resources to international market price. You produce crude oil, refine na begi. You use you can export to other people. You bulie refine oil no obodo yibo. Bunata ya all go exposed at that time to the international market. You bunati eba in a subsidy.
And that's why.
Then the export here offer the same bourgeois, the political class in where all the oil wells. Some of them even have refineries outside.
Yes, now many of them.
Now, what federal government as a whole government cannot put together? Can you hold this government? Because they promised Nigerians that they are going to revive refineries. They failed completely. It's a monumental failure. I say it without any ambiguity. This government is a monumental failure. The federal government today. Because they failed to refine. I'm coming.
I'm coming, please. Do you have a fact to that? Because
what is the fact again? Do you want? How many refineries in Nigeria? What fact again do you want me to?
Can you listen, please? Because some persons may say it depends on the where you're coming from. Because some persons will say, look at second Nigeria.
We are talking about.
We are talking about refinery, crude oil. We are not talking about what.
Excuse me. You said the government. When you say the government, you mean government entirely. And you
No, you say federal government.
I said federal government on the issue of refinery. I'm very specific about the promise they promised Nigeria during their campaign that they are going to revive all the refineries in Nigeria.
Is that enough to call it a failure?
Oh, it's a failure on that part. Security. Can you fight on the corruption? Can you deviate? Can you concentrate here on what we are saying?
No, because I want to guide people.
Of course, they are following the sequence of events happening. Because today we are talking about the removal of oil subsidy. You get remove oil subsidy, more that na fuel export. What is the need for you to export fuel? Whereas a country that existed in the shortest time was able to refine their, we are talking about the Biafran ideology. Because about that now, Nigeria could refine her crude oil, the poverty level, and when Nigeria today, which is also fueling insecurity, or poverty, hunger, DNA fuel, insecurity. Many of these kidnappers, many of these terrorists you are talking about is as a result of hunger and poverty. That is what we are talking about. All you can things will fall apart. Now, Nigeria could not offer the people, not even the Easterners, the Nigerians as a whole. Because I keep saying it, the Nigerians are victims of the Nigerian state. Because when they are suffering in abundance, what will you get? This is what you get today. Now, good governance is what will reverse it. That is the connection. I'm bringing it back home because more, I'm not petting word. I'll be Igbo-centric and Biafra-centric. And what do I mean? That I got batagodu bani dozie bani. Nani Igbo godu. I can't do a Nani Igbo. I didn't want any apology I got offered to anybody.
Okay, now, even Igbo-centric and Biafran-centric. Isn't it going to clash? Why? Because people that are southeastern region, you talk about before the war, you talk about people in south, Delta State, Edo State, not Edo State, Delta State, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, and Bayelsa. Now, some of them are pulling because if you say you are Igbo-centric, they think, yes.
That Biafra is all about Tundibo.
And it's all about, and people have painted it. That's what I'm talking about. The misconception. People have painted it. Let us not shy away from it.
It's true.
Let us discuss it.
That is what I'm saying.
People have painted it, and now, reason is, before the war, they said some persons perceive Igbos or the whole of Easterners as being domineering. It could be you being good, and some person perceive you to be domineering. Now, it has now moved away from the whole of Easterners to only Igbos. Now, even some of so-called Biafran parts, then in South, are now perceiving the
Listen.
Igbos as being domineering.
I don't want-
How do you address this?
I don't want us to drag into that because it's going to digress us, because you misunderstood that.
No, you
when
said you are- you Igbo-centric.
when I say I am Igbo-centric and Biafra-centric, is because I am an Igbo man, number one.
Identity.
And my Biafran identity, when you talk about Biafra, or also Igbo Biafra.
That's what
But
I'm
now
saying.
you won't excuse me.
It's more or less.
Excuse me.
It's more or less like some other parts
Calm
of Biafrans
I'm
are
coming.
pulling away.
Hey, hang on. You see, you first take your own identity.
It's not by force.
Oh, ndị Igbo si na ba abụrụ Biafra.
That is a problem.
I'm coming.
But
I'm
you
coming.
see now, boy,
Man, I'm talking about myself. I'm not speaking about any other. I said I am Biafra-centric and Igbo-centric, meaning that if a concern go to number one, go to or the man Igbo. If a got concern an average age man, when na Biafra is or the man age land, and Biafra as a whole in terms of their own region.
How do you convince them?
Now, it is not about conviction. What will convince them is him and audience in Apadibuzo. Those are this one also.
Okay.
Audience in Apadibuzo. And only people can say an Apana Nigeria. Yes. Because the system of Nigeria KG an average Igbo man to explode.
Okay.
They want to maximize the potential. And that is that Biafran ideology. That is why you see the restiveness among them. Now, ndị Igbo, ndị be anyị godu, anyị bata na ana be anyị. Adrag is na ndị south to south. Ni iwu bụ na ị ga-abụrịrị Biafra. No. By the time they see the light of what is happening in the southeast, with respect to good governance,
Okay.
driven by Biafran ideologists, Biafran nationalists, Mondi kwenye na southeast, Mondi kwenye na Igbo land. Let's begin with that. Ọbụrụ ndị na-eme Abuja politics, at the end of the day, banya na-eleka. As na onye bịa na-agba ọkụ, ada achụ nta oke. But politicians say when an Igbo today, an Igbo na-enwu ọkụ, feje Abuja na-achụ nta oke. What we are saying is that we need to install government of the people that have the affiliation of people that feel the pulse, the pain of the people. Get me install the kind of government. ATA Southeast. That is why we say Anambra Gabu a model.
Okay.
By the time Ebata na Southeast, all the Southeast governors, where what we call an economic roadmap or economic agenda for the Southeast, a connect your roads in the Southeast. Do you know that in Anambra State, an average child in Anambra State, Napu Anambra State, Ejibelanya Koro Chukuneria, where for train because they want any rail network na bani na Anambra State. Ndị nke enwegodu na mpaghara Southeast ndị ọzọ bụ locomotive dịka ebe afọ na 19 gburugidim. Now, ife anyị na-ekwu okwu ebo, ọ bụrụ na enwe that kind of governance na Igbo, ndị mmadụ amara that na nke abụgodu nke anyị nwa na-emelụ onwe anyị. For that now this government is for them. This government takes for them first before any other thing. I can ekwu ihe anyị chọgodu bụ regional government. But all the government Nigeria can work on an regional and Nigeria can restructure one, but inward rebuild one Igbo. The south to south in a Pokubasi. Na Obu no to a Kefo Tade, Navaso. Keva Memeba, Mebekuebani. That is the light. You know when you put on light, Obido dispel the darkness. Obido Basaba, Obido Basaba, Obido Basaba. That is what we're talking about. We have to start to initiate this life
No.
through good governance.
The intention, what you're explaining is that you are not forcing anybody, but you believe that when you make your place better, that is Igbo land,
Other people
Other
will follow,
people that are your brothers,
including the non-Biafrans, including
that are your
Modudu
brothers, they will then want to be part of the goodness.
Listen, or by the time I establish the Biafran ideology through good governance, the whole Nigerian people will be liberated from the impunity of the Nigerian state. And by extension, African people.
Okay.
That is what we say. That is why I say in Biafra, Africa will rise again. And what any missing word about it?
You know, people understand things differently. That's why I want you to come out this very way. We are talking about good governance. Every Monday, you have to be part of it. You can go to www.odenibofm.net and click listen live. Or you go to online radio box, buy it there, then go to Night Radio app. You can buy it from Google Play Store or Apple Store to listen live. Or you can as well call us on 070-381-55515 or 070-381-55515. Let me call the second number. Live on Odenibo 99.1 FM. You can call us on 090-614-14478. Let me call it again. 090-614-14478. Please, when you call, remember, we have a topic today, and I have in the studios Mr. Chinedu and Chinedu Peters Asoso. Nyana Mr. Ndubisi. Man na babu ndi na-etinye ọnụ gbasata the topic of the day. As you know, the connection between ideology and the good governance ministry ideology. Good governance ministry ideology on a kowa managa macho obuni ikpa nke itinye ọnụ na topic of the day. Lapi ife ọzọ na-agbasatara tata. Even Juana ajụ Chinedu dịka mụ na ya na anyị na-ekwa bọmba to bọmba ka iwe awọta ya maka na ịpụkwara from ife anyị na-ekwu mana ị na-emebizi emebi ọ nwere ike mbọsọ ọzọ ekwu maka ife ọzọ ada ekwusi okwu ekwusi mana nke enwete ka anyị tinye n'ọnụ gbaa anyị mana turn all the volume on your radio set down please. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, welcome to Good Governance Ministry.
Hello, good morning.
I can hear you, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. Sorry, my brother, maybe the network wasn't so good where you are, but I would like you to call us again. If you call us, make sure you talk to us. We hear you very well, and we're glad to hear from you. Happy Valentine. I know some of our people are enjoying, but as you're enjoying, remember, when you have good politicians, good political system, then you can enjoy. That's why you can be part of this very program. It is part of whole thing for good. Hello?
Hello,
Hello, good morning, my brother. Welcome today. My brother. You don't know where you're calling from. Okay, no, Daniel.
Daalụ nwanne. Daalụ.
Nye nwata Nnamdịka na-azọ asị na nwoke mara bụ ajọ mara ọ bụrụ ajọ mmadụ gịnị ya na mbọ na Antoni Beke na Nnamdịka Kanụ ọ ya dịrị n'ụma n'aha Jizọs nke nwe ọzọ ga-ekwu ụmụnne anyị bụ ndị ọhara eze n'ikwu ma ndị gọvanọs ma ndị House of Rep ma ndị State of Assembly bụ ndị Igbo biko nu chịkọta na ọnụ kwuru n'ife ndị obodo Igbo na-ekwu ka anyị wee gedozie isi agwa gịnị ana Igbo anyị ka ndị Awụsa na Yoruba na ndị South enwee ike nwere ihe na ndị akwadogo nwere ekedego nwe ga-adị n'aha Jizọs.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Onye ka ike na thank you for being here.
Yeah, my brother. After more Chinedu Ifeanyi.
Okay, Chinedu, welcome. Ebe ka isi akpọ?
Esi m mbụ abụọ.
Gaa n'iru.
Ana m ekene Asozo Peter Asozo ka ọ bụ the man ejisi ike anyị bịa n'azụ ma ebe anyị nọ sit at home. What much credit. Thank you.
Hello, my brother. Odenibo 99.1 FM. We greet everybody with a call. We are thanking you for being here. But remember, the topic of the day is the connection between Biafran ideology and good governance ideology. And Good Governance Ministry is a program that comes every Monday here on Odenibo 99.1 FM. Remember, it is sponsored by BVI Channel 1, and BVI Channel 1 is an online interactive session where you talk about grassroots development, talk about politics as it concerns the movement of the people, by the people, and for the people. Chinedu Asuzu Peters is the publisher, and he is a grassroots mobilizer and political activist who talks about governance for the people. So he's been doing justice to the topic. I would like you to ask him questions that is going to help, not questions that is going to destroy anybody, please. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Go ahead. Hello? Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Biafra. Ụlọ nọ na studio na ndị na-ege m ntị ya amazi ma ọ bụrụ na ọgwụ a anaghị eji wee je aba ka agwa m agbapati ozugbo agwa ideology anwa ga-eji fụ ya na-adị Anambra steeti onye ọbụla wee na-akọmplen taụn taụn tizim ka ndị Biafra eji wee ji onweba ọ bụrụ ka ndị ọrụgbu polisi bụwa amị igbu mmadụ belie ezigbo ọkụ na ndị Igbo eju ebe a eju ọrụ ozugbo Afrịka ebe a na-eme anyị ana m ajụ ma abịa na Saudi adị m anụ ebe ị na-ekwu mana ana m anụ nke gị abịa na Naijiria tutu ndị na-eselebreti ji na Naijiria ji hol bụ ndị Igbo ba ga-akọ ji majority of Igbo anaghị akọ ji mana ọ gbapụ ndị na-eselebreti ji abịa na Naijiria tutu ndị na-eselebreti ọjị ndị na-akwụyala ọjị ugwu bụ ndị Igbo ọ ndị aghọta si anyị kwụsị ịkọzi ọjị ka anyị si akọbụ bifọ so na ụmụ ebe a ka anyị na-edi ịghọta ịga na South East niile tutu ọmụ onye bụ ndị Hausa to vote ma ọ bụrụ onye na-asị onye gọvanọ ala Igbo ntata ije na agazi ezi ọdịda m ndị akpọ ọgbaba Biafra to vote ahụ na Anambra steeti sempin na Enugu steeti sempin kedụzi ebe kọmplen na-asị abịa kedụzi onye Hausa na-atụ vootu ọfụrụ anyị tụrụ vootu ndị a akwadite m ndị akpọ ọgbaba Biafra
natawa
ụmụnne anyị ndị si n'otu akwa mgbe a na-arụ Biafra wọ ọkwadebe na-atụrụ ndị Igbo ana-ebiagbazi bido nke nke na-abịazi arụ ya bara igwu polisi akpọ ọkụ mee nka ọbara ndị ya na-egbu ya ọ dụrụ ndị Igbo coming from spiritual angle ọbara ọ bụrụ na ndị Arabia ji ekwu okwu akọta mbọra diskilin akụkọ ha na-akọ bụ jọsụ akọzi ya anụrụ ndị Igbo nwere serious problem
nna m nataba okwu gị let me just quickly address that issue. You see, that is one thing Good Governance Ministry have been saying, and that is what we have been preaching, and that is what we have committed ourselves to avoid in Igbo land, to have a carnage in Igbo land. Igbo need against him when we and then by bido mebe program anyị na-agba mbọ ka ewezuga ife ga-ebute ụdịka ọgba aghara anyị nwere n'ala Igbo today. Mana we say now the irresponsibility of the political leaders and also on the part of the people allowing never do wells, people who have questionable character, people who they don't even know the source of their wealth, just because they gave them money, they work for them, they rig for them even, and rig bad politicians into government. Oh yeah, you were turned upside down. But good governance is here. Good governance ministry is here to change that order, to rearrange that system, to overhaul this system that have failed our people. I hear Kugoku Agricultural Revolution. We are working with the Alibo Development Foundation to push for agricultural revolution, and it is part of our demand, Good Governance Ministry, before this election. No only meet that criteria, and that is exactly what happened. And that is why so many people are saying, no, not going to Melo, governor-elect Anambra State, you were put and the even at the point in Kenya, I say, hey, now man to vote on chat. All of we pick a man, Alune man in an Igbo. All the kind of work to see. Can they buy Whatapp all day? Obo ni chimuro megi. Obo ni choyimwe that Biafra in Nanya. Kita baloso bayolije. Gabeba na emegini a register for your vote. Collect your PVC. Get ready. Maka, what is to happen in Anambra State will open the eyes of many. Man, I told them commending Mado na Benedek. Every Igbo man, it is the new campaign now. every Igbo man and every Biafran, genuine Biafran, cho umero when the ban bata your PVC, so that we can elect men and women that have track record of integrity, that have the content to deliver good governance to our people, to ensure security, to ensure our young people have jobs, to ensure that even our homeland become food sufficient. These are the things so have been established. If for that now, gradually we will get to where we are going to, and ultimately our irreducible minimum, but men that will go and tell Nigeria to their face, or the rest of Nigerians, that the only thing that can solve the Nigeria problem is regional government, and that is our irreducible minimum, and we stand on it, and there is no two ways about it, and we are not missing word about it. But the only way you can ensure this governance that will usher in that freedom you seek, economic freedom, political freedom, social freedom, and even spiritual freedom, it all boils down on political decision. But also will lead JJ register, mete your PVC and get ready, because we are taking this battle to the political field, and we are bringing Igbo land together under one political bloc. Within that political bloc, our people will not give you a vote, because we want people, the people who want the same direction, the people who want the same zeal. If you can Igbo particularly strive for peace, justice, equity, which is the real Biafra ideology. And the good governance ministry in Ija. Come along like an ending in the Sudan and meeting the men. Biko, and the other nanti. Obody no na lejo na nanti neso na ekwu nazo. So nye pota. And everybody Ija. This is people's movement. If we must get it right in Imo State, in Abia State, in Enugu State, in Ebonyi State, if we must get it right, everybody, let them get ready with their PVC. We must ensure that everybody is on the same page as we do. Join Good Governance Ministry by calling 080-6098-2212. I repeat, 080-6098-2212 and 0810-420-7522.
Yes, remember you are on to Good Governance Ministry, and Mr. Ndubisi and Enugu, I want you to give your own thought to the thing, because people are asking questions. They want the thing we want, but the question is, how are we going to get what we want?
Exactly. I want to say that, like my brother I just said, that we need to condemn what is going on in our society. It's not like we don't appreciate the situation on ground. We understand we are part of this society.
Yes.
We are part of it, and we started crying 2 years ago. We have invested millions on radio station. I know I have been here before. I begged, I pleaded with our rich men, because when they don't understand, we're 40, they keep 40, 100, and when they contain about 20, 100 every week, every 2 weeks. But look at Paul's paying millions of naira just to sustain this public sensitization. See, my brother, I condemn all these things. I believe prevention is better than cure. And when we condemn here, campaign or the right person, which is good governance. If you have good governance, I'm telling you, security radio. Strategy. No. It's all about good governance, leadership. If you have a governor who understands the pulse or the feelings of the people, he will organize the meeting in-house. MSA meeting like this, is everything and stuff. It's not a rocket science.
It's not a rocket science.
I'm telling you.
So let me ask you a simple question,
Yeah,
direct
brother.
question, just in 30 seconds. I would like you
Yeah.
to respond.
Yeah.
What do you think that made previous governors, if they didn't respond to this kind of thing, what do you think that made them not to do the right thing? And what makes you think that this very current governor-elect is going to do something different?
If you don't have the capacity, if you don't have the character, you cannot connect with the people. If you don't have the capacity of doing the right thing, just like it,
If I don't have clear records, then I get one to the Enugu Moka, so upon your Okusioku. No, you only probably one man. Do you understand? Character is what you build over the years. In a capacity, in a political will, is what you must have it. But you see, let me tell you, never government everywhere. I want to say that you cannot give what you don't have. So these leaders are they can't give good governance. They can't connect with the people on the street because they don't have what it takes. And me and you know how they came up. Overall, just stakeholders politics.
So what is difference between them and Soludo that is going on?
No, it's obvious. It must be for Soludo against the governor. There are about 40 different groups to be an area because wow. Including some of us, they push you are the right person. I hear people are not saying or other go Soludo think go even any other bank like this. But we know that he has the character. No, I'm saying it. Okay. Okay. I'm saying it because some people believe that I see Nazo. This thing. Because I chose the right person.
The right person. Okay, let the right people call in. Thank you. I want you to call us on 0703815515. Remember, our topic today is the connection between Biafran ideology and good governance ideology. Please stay to the topic. Thank you. Hello. Good morning. Welcome. Hello. Hello, to about to go.
Go straight to the point.
I got talking to Nkeji because Oga de Rose. Equal Canaranya Fagi, equal being Nasia, but equal even we keep Okoyalaka. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. No, I don't
Janiru.
Ihe nwere ikwu bụ na ihe na-eme n'ụzọ na ya ihe the topic a na-discuss ya connection of Biafra and good government. Ihe a na-ekwu bụ eziokwu naturally a na-akpagbu mmadụ ọ ya so onye butere ihe Biafra and that thing the same thing ka ndị good government kwuru na ndị gọọmenti enweghị isi a na-eme at least ọ na a na-eme 20% or 30% people ya ha karịrị relax na-enwe hope na a ga-eme ihe abịja doing absolutely nothing. Where I mean, now the kind of Biafra ideology. Even when Bumpere, I know Biafra. So, no, I know where the that place I call Biafra. I'm not around there. So, if you go, when I began to more like it very much. So, even Nigeria, yeah, me, but I was the same. Yeah, all the other governors, how were I know nothing. People are suffering. I need when you're putting a woman and damn, police on it. When I found out. Dubai and the Buddha and Abakatoko and Damina to the Naples go to when I will use the now. The only connection. Okay, we take freedom, we take good life.
But that's support to Kenny Bundiam and the police software. Okay, that's support to Kenny Bundiam and this police because
I know that support before anything outside the law. Anything outside the law. We believe in orderliness. Or in orderliness, freedom. Na abata.
Aga m achọ ka ịkọwazanụ ndị anyị maka na ọ nwere ndị na-esoro anyị bido gbasatara the connection between good governance ministry and Biafran ideology nke good governance na ideology nke Biafra. Aga m achọ ka ijiri just 2 minutes ma akọwalị ndị.
All of us are na abụrụ that na the Biafran ideology is based on equity, fairness, and justice, innovation, creativity, progress, and that is not obtainable in the contemporary Nigeria today because of the impunity of Nigerian state, the politicians, and don't like a good governance better to address. And I must say it that until the Nigerian people, not just the Biafrans, both the Oduduwas and the Arewas, until they rise up to the occasion and understand that they are victims of the Nigerian state, and the only way they can liberate themselves from the impunity is through good governance, which can only happen through electoral process. Batazie na banya, ndị banya Chineke mere anyị ife niile, mana ebe anyị na-agba onwe anyị egbe n'ụkwụ bụ on the issue of governance and politics. Anyị gba last. Mana onye ka anyị na-abịa reset the order. Mana ọ ga-ebidogodu with good governance, restoring our people's confidence in the government, and also the government restoring the hope people were on them, so that they will be able to believe in where they are going. Now, Anambra State, Bebani G Debe as a template. If a man last year election is one of the major achievements of this ministry. In Ghana, people reject money for vote in exchange of vote. Oboro magic, oboro miracle. Mano miracle, good governance ministry perform through consistent awareness and sensitization. Now, I do replicate, like what we said, the government in Abata, Abrokwa Angel, but good governance about the government. Double standard.
What do you touch?
What do you touch? Na mocho, mochoro. Oga succeed. Oga succeed. Charlie Mwamba for Oga succeed. More like it. And the psychopath simple in our book, click government. Eventually, also the Ababa.
The psychopath touch.
And other about the touch, why about the touch? Mana Okwaga Chadi, because the kind of policy you give initiative, you gotta retire a lot of never do well politicians.
Okay,
that is what
I can talk number. I'm going to get in 30 seconds.
Obonichi, Obrona, Tomadinda Nasanavana, Enyanyi, Nolunio, Manande Nabanobo, Anaba Nobo. Join our good governance ministry by calling 080 6098 2212, 080 6098 2212, or 0810 420 7522, 0810 4207-42 or you saw BVI Channel 1 on Facebook, YouTube. My search just to repeat.
Or if you know your ministry, no nkeke. If you know your ministry, the village, political ministry.
I can, Mr. Chinedu Suzoya, about the publisher of BVI Channel 1. And BVI Channel 1 will be the sponsor of Good Governance Ministry. Now, again, on 9.1 FM, 11 AM, Monday, Mr. Ndubisi and Enugu. Onya Boko, Onya Kene, so you Good Governance Ministry. Onya Bundina Basuzi, Onya Bunda, Tata Gelege, Mandipola, Mondi Chokoy, Mama Dabada, Tata, Obasosa Gabuka, Monday, 11 AM, Dalo, no, Dalo, no,